Hello, everyone. Welcome to Funnel Forging here at Sales Process. My name is Tamara. I am the weekly host here for the Funnel Forging call, and we have been on a bit of a break for the holidays. I know that we had the Launchpad Monday yesterday, and so that was one of the first calls that we had back after the holidays. And then we're back full steam ahead, running straight into 2025. I cannot even believe how fast this year went by. Is anyone else just blown away by how fast this year has gone by? What that tells me is that 2025 is just it's gonna go by just as fast, and so I better get my ducks in a row here and make sure that I have my business in a position where I'm going to grow, where I'm going to sustain profit and just, get a lot bigger and better at what I do, right? So we here at Sales Process we've been focusing on the webinar funnel in this series here, and we are wrapping up today. I had thought we were done last time, our last class, which was the CRM Connect call. But we have one more area that we need to go over, and that is to take a look at your webinar funnel. We want to obviously test it thoroughly. And then the next piece of that is going to also be looking at, okay, so I host my webinar on this day, this time. Then what do I have to do the next time I want to host it, right? What are the pieces that I have to update? What are the workflows what changes do I need to make? And of course, before we dive into all of that, we're going to walk through why having a webinar in your business is important, right? Why it can be so helpful to you as a business owner. So we know that we always start, and I'll share my screen here so we can all be on the same page. There we go. We always take a look at what is our goal when we have a webinar funnel. What is the goal of it? Well, for most of us, it is all 5 of these things, right? A webinar funnel is excellent. It's excellent at building your leads list, creating leads for people that are interested in the solution that you provide. Webinars are also great conversion tools where you can sell your higher ticket items, right? I wouldn't necessarily run a webinar for a $37 item, for a $37 product or program, right? This is something that you run that's a little bit more high ticket, over $1,000, over $3,000, right? That's where you want to put the time and effort into a webinar funnel. And also throughout the webinar series, we have talked about, sorry, my screen's jumping around a bit. We've talked about the average cart value and how we can implement different features within our webinar to increase that so that it's not just a one and done sale. We can increase that with order bumps, upsells, and downsells, right? We've talked about all of that. And then we have talked about the frequency at which we are selling. How often should we run our webinars? What do we need to do in between each webinar to optimize and to make it better for the next time, right? And then we also cover all of the systems and processes that we build inside of Sales Process that automate these things for us, that make our life easier, that make hosting a webinar easier, right? So here I want to just quickly go over the Sales Process framework. This is the framework that Peng Joon uses for all of his offers, right? This is how he collects leads in his business. This is how he drives traffic to his funnels. This is how he structures his funnels. And this is something, because he has done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these, this is something that he wants to share with you. He wants you to understand this framework. Your addressable market who are the people that you are trying to attract, right? That's your audience. What are the tools that you're using to attract them? This webinar that we have been speaking about is a way to increase people's interest in what you have going on, right? A webinar can do a couple of different things. It can increase your leads because people will register for your webinar. It also positions you as a person of authority in the topic that you are discussing during your webinar, right? And so it is a positioning tool, and it's also a lead magnet tool, right? The registration of the webinar. How you get that message out to people, how you tell people about your webinar, is when we move into the source of traffic. And these are all of the different sources of traffic that we have, that you have access to, right? Social media is free for anyone to use. You can create content and invite people to attend your webinar. You can use social media to run paid ads. You can use your website and your marketing content to create SEO, search engine optimization, that allows Google to rank your websites when people are using terms to look for solutions to their problem, right? Referrals is a great source of traffic. If you have clients that you've worked with or students that you've worked with, and they love your stuff so much, and they just want to tell everybody about you, referrals are some of the strongest connections you can have, because this is someone who has used your service. They are so happy about it, and they want to tell others to go ahead and use it, right? It's one of my favorite sources of traffic. Of course, you're told as a business owner to always be building your email list. And a webinar does that for you, right? Because people give you their name and their email in exchange to register for your webinar. And so this is a great way to build your email list. Then we have also the ability to create text message marketing. And you have systems inside of your sales process account that you can use, automations that you can build, workflows that you can build to create text message marketing. And so this is a very valuable, and it's also a very highly convertible tool for webinars especially. What we see if we just run a webinar and we only communicate with the registrants using email, what we see when we add in SMS text message marketing is we see a 30% increase in show up rate for the webinar itself. Because what do people always have in their hand? I don't know if you can see it because of my green screen, but their phone, right? They always have their phone in their hand. It's never that far away from them. And so let's say they register for a webinar a week ago, and then you're sending them reminders. If you're only sending it to their email box, people's email boxes are full. It's noisy, right? It gets lost in there. But if you're sending them a text message on their phone to say, hey, you know what? Your webinar that you registered starts in 15 minutes. Here's the link to join. You will see an increased conversion in people who actually show up. And the more people who show up, the more likely they are to buy, right? And that is the whole purpose of that traffic source. And then, of course, we have the traffic source of conversations. Now, this is much like a ManyChat feature. If anybody has ever used ManyChat, you don't have to pay for ManyChat anymore. You have that feature inside of your sales process account. You have the ability to create those automations where you can say on Instagram, comment below this post, free guide, and I'll send it to you. And so people will post, or they'll comment free guide, and then you will have an automation set up in sales process that lets them know, hey, I'm sending you an email or a DM with the free guide attached to it. And these are automations that you can build in sales process. So conversations is another one of my very favorite ways to customize your ability to connect with the people that are interested in your services. And then where do we send that traffic, right? We've gone over the source of the traffic. Where are we going to send that traffic then? Well, that is where we talk about your top of funnel. This is where you have your lead magnets, your webinar funnels, your challenge funnels, event funnels, your low ticket funnels, which means like your $37 products or your $47, anything like basically under, $500 is considered low ticket. And this is where you want to bring those people in. And if they like you and know you and trust you enough, they will pull out their credit card and purchase, right? But what we do is we call this the top of the funnel, because this is where we really want to get people to invest more in what we have to offer them. And so we talk about this in the area of top of funnel, and we're asking ourselves, did they become a lead? So maybe they registered for our webinar funnel, but they didn't purchase after attending the webinar. So what can we do? Because now that's considered a lead, right? We have their information, we have their contact, they have shown interest in the product or service that we provide. So what do we do with them then? Sorry, my screen is flipping around here. We move them to the next stage, the middle of our funnel, right? This is where we use email nurturing. This is where we use content marketing for them to get to know us better, for them to realize that we are the solution to their problem that they're having. And we can do this in a number of ways, right? We can do this, like I said, through low ticket memberships or subscriptions, where they can kind of dip their toes in what we sell and they can try it out, right? They can see, is this going to be a good fit for me? And through little upsells, order bumps, or recurring subscriptions, you create that middle of the funnel sort of experience. Then what you're really asking, and this is another thing that the system, your sales process system, can do for you, is you want to be able to segment those people. Have they purchased from you? You want to be able to tag them. You want to be saying yes or no, they purchased. And if they didn't purchase, what can you do in the form of messaging to change their mind? That's where we go to this follow-up sequences, whether that's through SMS, through content marketing, through email, right? And then our really raving fans are going to end up at the bottom of our funnel, where we sell our high ticket programs, where we sell our high ticket events, where we sell our high ticket strategy, right? And that's considered the bottom of your funnel. And again, all you're doing is you are using your system within sales process to determine, are they buying or are they not buying? And if they're not buying, how can we change their mind, right? And again, it's through systems, through the systems that you have available. And then what we want to do is, by using our systems and our products, we want to keep them coming back for more and to create that loyal customer. This is the framework that Peng Joon uses. This is his tried and true framework that he uses. And then on the ecosystem of this framework are the tools that we need to do to measure and track. So we're measuring and tracking a person's journey in our business, right? We want to be able to measure what they buy, measure what they interact with, measure their responses to different messages that we may send them. And so we want to be able to measure and track that. You have all those tools inside of Sales Process to do that. And then we also, and this is one of my favorite things, is experiment and optimize. And that's what the last class that we had was about, right? Because we talked about split testing. And your homework from last time was to split test your webinar registration page. Now, we talked about split testing in the way that you really only want to change one thing to split test. So when we talked about the webinar registration page, we talked about one thing you could split test is you could have one headline on one registration page and a different headline on the other registration page, and see which one gets you more people registered, right? So you're running ads to both of those pages, and you are going to see one will be a winner because of the way you have your messaging set up. So that's what experiment and optimize is all about. And then today, what we want to focus on is we want to focus on the webinar has taken place. Everything looks like it's working. But what do we do now? Okay, so we've had the webinar has taken place. We want to have another webinar. What do I have to go into the system to do? What changes do I have to make updates to this process that we've built so that I can do it again, right? And so that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over inside of your sales process what we need to, changes we need to make inside of your funnel pages, inside of your workflows, inside of your emails. What do you need to change to update the information that you're sending out to people? And we're also going to talk a little bit about email statistics and deliverability today, because email deliverability has gotten harder to accomplish than ever before. But your sales process account comes with a little things that you can make, changes you can make in your system to help your email get delivered better. Okay. So when we're looking through our funnel, we're going to talk about, okay, so we set our date for our webinar. We've had the webinar. We're going to change the date now. We're going to run the webinar again. We want to run more traffic to it. We want to change the date, change the time. What do I need to update inside of my sales process account to make that happen? The first thing we're going to do is go and take a look at sites. We're going to look at our funnel, our webinar funnel. So we're going to click on that. We're going to go to our webinar funnel here. And we're going to take a look at the webinar registration page here. And we're going to go in and we're going to edit the day and the time. So what I like to do with webinar funnels is I like to make myself a checklist. What do I have to update if I want to run this again, right? So obviously the number one thing I want to update is the date and time, right? So in the template that you have inside of your, inside of your sales process account, it looks like this. Your template's going to look different now because you've built it all out. But one of the things that you're going to want to update is, of course, your countdown timer, right? So we're going to want to click on this element, and we are going to want to reset this countdown timer. So when we click on the element, we come over here and we're going to say, what is the new date and time for this countdown? So what we want to do is we want to put, let's see, do I have a date time? This is a day timer. Okay. I want to put in a different one. I'm going to put in a different countdown timer. I want to put in right here. Let's go here. Oh, there is none there. Okay, we'll just go into the elements. We're going to grab the countdown timer. We're going to put this one in instead of just the day timer. And the reason I like this one better is because I can actually choose the date. It's not based on 5 days from now. I can actually put in here, let's say I want to make this for Friday the 3rd. And then I can choose which time that it's going to be at. Let's say it's going to be at 7 p.m. And make sure that your time zone is correct, right? So this is Eastern time in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is 7 p.m. So that's going to be 3 days, 22 hours, 39 minutes, 38 seconds from now. Okay. So that's one thing that needs to be updated. Do you have anywhere on your page the actual, like in a text element, do you have the day and time put in there anywhere? That would be another thing that you want to update, right? Remember that this button opens up a pop-up. So we have to check our pop-up too, right? Do we have anything here regarding the date or the time that we have to update? So in this example, we don't, but maybe you have made changes to your pop-up where you have the day and time. And so you're going to want to update that. As you go through this webinar update, make yourself a checklist so that you know exactly what has to be updated every single time you run this webinar. Okay? So after you make the updates that are necessary, you're just going to save it. And then this is your new registration page. So that's ready to go. This is client facing, this is customer facing. It's ready to go. People know what day and time and how they can register. So now that you've built it, that's really all you have to do to those pages is update that information. Now let's double check our thank you page to make sure. So we have, is that going to go? It's not going to change. Just one sec, I'll publish this. And then we'll go to the thank you page and make sure that there's no date and time on that one either, because we would need to do, right? So it just says here, congratulations, you're in. And it talks about, you know, how to prepare for your webinar to be ready for it. And there's no real updates that you need to do to the thank you page. So far we know we have to update our countdown timer on our page and any sort of text that we have that actually states the day and time that the webinar is. So that's that. Our funnel now is complete for this registration part, right? The next place that we want to update is we need to go to our email templates that we've created for our webinars. Now, one way that I like to do this is to actually go into the workflow and update it there, because you can go into your automations here and we'll go into our webinar. Successful opt-in is this one. So this is where they register. And so here we know our trigger stays the same. It's the same form, same funnel. So we don't have to change that. That's all built. The next thing we want to do is we want to look at this opt-in confirmation email. This message is being sent out. So here we may have to update the date and time in here, right? So again, this is just a template that we put in here, but what your template should say is, amazing, you're registered for the webinar. Here is when it's happening, the date and time. Here's the link to join, and you're going to put your Zoom link in there in that place. And so, of course, you want to update this. And then you can just save it right in here inside of the automation. And that's a nice way to just update it quickly while you're in the automation. You don't have to go into the email template section and update it. And then, of course, you're going to want to update your SMS message, right? So here, the last time we did it, we had said it was on December 25th at 5 o'clock. Well, now it's on January 3rd. So we want to update that at 7, right? And so that's all we're doing, is we're just going here and making those little changes. And again, adding that to the checklist of the changes that need to be made so that we know, right, what changes all have to be updated every time we run this webinar. And so you just go through and you edit your messaging. All right. So that's the registration webinar. Now, inside, Jodine, how the heck are you, girl?
What's happening?
I haven't seen you for a long time.
I know been keeping a low profile.
Are you trying to stay out of trouble?
Oh, I've got some things I'm working on, so don't worry. Come January,
Uh-oh, okay. I can't wait to see it.
I'll be back in the game.
All right.
But I do have a question.
Yes.
What's the name of this template? And is it in our, I know it's supposed to be, but I'll have to check.
Yes. Yes. So the webinar templates are all in, it's your template. It says template, opt-in webinar sales process.
Okay. And
Okay.
then just to let you know, there's an AI, and I think it's called Perplexity. Don't quote me on that one for sure, because I know that is an AI that I was working on today. But anyway, what it does is you put your website up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another screen pops up and it does an SOP for you. So like it'll say, click on the button that says, I want to reserve my seat. Like it does it all for you. It was like so cool. I'm like,
Yes.
I don't know. Have you used it yet or do you know of it?
The one that I know about is called Script, and it does it. It actually like takes a screenshot of where you're supposed to click, and it gives you all the directions. And yes,
Yeah, I think there's only a couple of websites, so that might have been the other one. But I think Perplexity was the name of the one that I was watching today. But I
yeah,
mean, how cool is that? Like you could go in and like even if you just went through manuscripts, right? And
yeah,
like I mean, like you could make bank on that. I was like,
yeah,
this is a good idea.
yeah. That is a good idea.
Yeah. So I just had to share that with you. I'll look for
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
And, oh my gosh, I just put an egg in my pocket and I was like, where'd my egg go?
Uh-oh. You
I'm
don't
making
want that
breakfast.
to crack in your pocket.
I know. I was like, I know I just had it. I was like, yeah, that's my world.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. So the next one that we have to, the next workflow that we need to update is our reminders and email sequence here, because this is where we set the date for our webinar. And if we don't change it in the workflow, it's going to always be for December 25th, right? So again, the next thing that we want to update is the date here. And we want it to match what we changed the date to on our funnel page. So here we would go ahead and we would change this to January 3rd, and it's at 7 o'clock, right? So we're going to change this to January 3rd, and that's at 7, and save that. Now everything else should be, this is changed, so that's good. We know what we still want to send out our reminder one day before the webinar. So then we were going to go in here and check and make sure. Here is the templated email that we're sending out. Is there anything, any dates or times in here that we need to change? Is our Zoom link correct? Has it changed from last time? So many times I've seen business owners who will have a webinar and they'll decide to change their Zoom link for the webinar, and then they don't update their emails and they wonder why nobody shows up because nobody had the right Zoom link. So that's one thing you want to double check, triple check that Zoom link so to make sure that it is the correct one where people are going to show up. And that's something that's so important when you update your workflows. So I just want to point those things out to you guys, okay? And then, of course, we talked about how you can communicate with your webinar registrants, right? Like if they want, like you can send them an SMS text message. And again, remember, if you're sending them a text message, you're going to increase your show up rate for your webinar by at least 30%, if not more, because people always have their phones in their hands, right? And then with John, we talked about WhatsApp because WhatsApp is something that his community uses to communicate all the time. Well, you can set up WhatsApp inside of your workflow and send them a reminder about the webinar. Show up and come to the webinar here, right? You can use WhatsApp to communicate with people.
Tamara, can
So
I ask you?
yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Last time I was on, X was not able to be hooked up. Did you guys look at that, or what's up with that?
You want to know why?
Why?
Because Elon Musk wants to charge anybody who wants to use his API $47,000 a month.
What the hell?
Yeah. So nobody, I mean, unless they're huge, I guess, I don't know, but that's what sales process would have to pay to Elon Musk to be able to use the scheduler for X.
So if they did that,
Yep.
would that be good for all of their clients?
I don't know how that works. I don't know if it would be per account or if it would just be for sales process. I don't know, but I know that was the decision-making factor as to why they no longer offer it.
Elon, you need to get some Doge going.
Yeah, like he's got enough money. I think he could be a little bit more practical with his API charges, right? So,
you know what?
yeah.
In some ways, I do respect it because of the fact that he's not letting any Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I mean? Like he's keeping it clean. I mean, I will give him that, but at the same time, pooey on you,
yeah.
Elon.
Well, we've seen us when that announcement was made, and it was made very like abruptly. He just made this decision. We saw all kinds of social planners that could no longer, they just couldn't sustain that sort of charge per month. So lots of social planners can no longer schedule to Twitter or X. So,
but I think the big thing is I think overall he's trying to, he doesn't want it to become Instagram or Facebook, so I mean, tough decision, and he'll find out. I mean, the one thing cool about Elon, if it doesn't work, he'll go back to the other way. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have a problem saying, well, that wasn't very, we tried it, didn't work, so we're going to go back. So, but I guess time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now I know. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, we did get a lot of, I mean, people were definitely disappointed about that, but it was a decision that was made just based on the overall cost of having that API integration. So, okay, so now really the rest is just about going through, and the rest of the updates are, and I encourage you to do this after any webinar that you run, is take a look at your messaging that you're giving out to your registrants as they attend your webinars. Take a look at, so if we go in here and we take a look, I want to just show you something inside of your workflow. Here, you have the ability to take a look at stats, okay? And if you turn this on, stats view here, it's going to show you what's been delivered, what's been opened, what's been clicked, what's been replied to, right? What bounced. You want to take a look at this. You want to look at here, it will give you the information for your text messaging as well. These are important stats to look at after you've run a webinar. Are your messages being opened? Number one, are they being delivered? Hopefully they're being delivered. Opened, of course, is a very sort of fluid stat that we don't put a lot of emphasis on, but we do want to take a look at it because so many inboxes now will send the message back to you that it was in fact opened when it wasn't, right? The contact didn't actually open up that email message. And so they will put that there, and it will be a false positive or a false percentage. The ones that I love to look at are like the clicked rate and your replied rate. And of course, you want to keep an eye on bounced, right? How did they click? Did they click on the link to go to the webinar? Did they click on the link to go to the replay? That sort of thing, right? Did they reply to any of your messages? And if there's anything bouncing, find out why it's bouncing. Because when you click on this, you can go in here to the statistics and you can dive in even deeper, right? You can look at, okay, if we had bounced messages in here, if I click on the details, it's going to open up and it would show me the contact's name, the email, the status, the timestamp. And then what I can do is I can dig deeper into why did this bounce by clicking on the contact's name. So these are things that you want to analyze after your webinar, right? This is,
can I ask a
yes,
question on that?
yes,
So
of course.
on like the ones that did the replay and just went right to the webinar, can you separate out who did what on that?
So yes, we built a workflow the last time we were together. Actually, I think it was 2 classes ago. We built a webinar for people to measure their watch time for a replay.
Okay.
What I like to do is I like to create the replay link using a trigger link. And that way, anybody who clicks on that link, I can tag them. That doesn't necessarily mean they watched the replay, but they did click the replay link in the email. So I can tag them. But if we take a look at the other workflows that we've created, if we do the webinar replay watch time, this was one that we built together a few classes ago. What we were measuring is how much time did they watch the replay? What were specific times within the replay that would be pivotal in that sales marketing message to make sure that they got to that point, right? And so, we want to, did they watch less than 5 minutes? Did they watch at least 20 minutes? Did they watch greater than 30 minutes? Just depending on how long your presentation is, right? And then we want to tag them. And we also are going to speak very differently to people who only watched less than 5 minutes of our webinar replay. We're going to speak to them very differently than if somebody watched more than 30 minutes, right? We're going to send them a different message. These guys, we want them to come back and watch the presentation because they didn't even get the sales pitch, right? They didn't even get to that part. So we want to write a message and entice them to come back to watch the replay. And then these guys, they watched most of our presentation. We can see that. And if they still didn't purchase, how do we want to talk to them, right? So it's going to be a different message that we're going to send to them than if they watched less than 5 minutes. And this is something that I highly encourage you to set up, especially if you're going to, ensure that you're sending out the replay. You want this data. How far are people getting in your replay? How much are they watching? Right? And so that's something you definitely want to track.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll go back and watch that one. And then I do have a question on a website. So maybe when you finish up, I don't want to confuse everybody.
Sure. We can look at that for sure.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. So I want to encourage you every time you run a webinar that you are reviewing your messaging. You are reviewing your stats from your messaging. Make sure that people were opening your messages. Were your messages delivered? Okay. So I promised you at the beginning of this that we were going to talk about a way, and it doesn't take much time at all. I encourage you all to pull up your sales process accounts right now, and I'm going to walk you through a step to increase your email deliverability. Okay, this is a new feature. It's not new. It's newish inside your sales process account that will help with your email deliverability because inboxes are getting increasingly hard to get into. Spam filters are up on everybody's inbox providers. And if you don't have your records set up correctly, you're going to end up in spam. You're going to end up, all that hard work that you did to write those emails is just going to end you up in the spam. And that's not where we want to end up, right? So today we're going to go, and this is going to be your homework for the contest, is to go in and set up your email headers. Okay. So we're going to go down over in our sales process account. We're going to go down to settings, and we're going to go into email services over on the left-hand side. And you're going to see it right under Voice AI agents, email services. And here is where you have your email sending domain. This is your custom sending domain that you use for all of your email marketing. What I want you to do is click on dedicated domain host IP, or the domain and IP.
Can you have more than one?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Unfortunately, no. You can only have one Stripe account and one email sending domain. Okay, so here you're going to see, you're going to see here in yours, there's nothing here, right? Yours is your name and your email are not going to be set up. It's going to say, I forget what it says. Let's delete mine and see. I'll take that out. It says name not provided. Okay, so that's what yours is going to look like. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on these three dots, and we're going to set headers for your email. And here you're going to put in your name or the name of your business as your client or customer knows you. So maybe they know you as Coach Jodine, right? So you want to put that in. So they recognize your message when it comes into their inbox. Then your from email needs to be, it can be any word. It can be hello, it can be your name. The last piece of it though, the piece that comes right after the @ symbol has to be this subdomain. Okay, so here we're going to put in, I'm going to put in hello at reply.testtamara.com. And then I'm going to click save. And now this shows I've set a dedicated header, and this is where all of my email is going to come from inside of my sales process account. And that's what you want, because this, when you were onboarded, when you got your sales process account, this should have been set up for you. Like, you should have gone through and had to set up your DNS settings. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. The person that onboarded you would know what they are, and they would have set them up properly.
Are they still onboarding people, everybody?
As far as I know, I haven't heard any different.
Okay. Somebody was asking me the other day, and I was like, oh, I think so. So, all right,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yep. So this is going to help improve your deliverability, okay? Another thing that you want to encourage your subscribers who are on your email list to do is you want them to white label your email address. What does that mean? That means that you want them to add you as a contact inside of their email. Now, let's go and look at this. I'm going to stop sharing for a second and just show you how to do this, okay? Because I think it's a really good, it's something everyone should know how to do, okay? All right, now I'm going to share my screen again. And this is something that just, it requires you to do a little bit of education to your subscribers and just show them how to do this, right? So we want to go into our email box. And if we look at this, what I want to be able to do is I want to add this person as a contact, right? So maybe that's not the best one here. Let me see if I can find one here from John. Okay. So if I want to add John, because this is his email address, I want to add him as a contact, right? So I would copy his email address and then I would add him into my contacts right here. And I would add that. That's how you white label an email address. So you want to encourage your subscribers to add you to their contact list, because when their inbox receives a message from you, they're going to say, oh, well, you're a contact for them. So yeah, we want to receive that message. So it's not going to end up in promotions. It's not going to end up in the spam folder. It's going to end up in the inbox. And that is the best way to beat those spam filters. But it is something that's out of your control. It's only education that you can provide to your subscribers, is to encourage them to white label your email address. Yes, Jodine.
Another question on that. When you unsubscribe from somebody, how does that work? Like, are you forever, like, I've noticed, like, because obviously during the COVID, you signed up for any and every, major influencer out there and watched everything they did. And then you kind of went, okay, I've had enough of you. And so you've unsubscribed. And I've noticed that, sometimes somebody, presents something, you're like, oh, that actually could help me now. And I've noticed that because I've unsubscribed to them, that they're not getting into my inbox. So like once you unsubscribe from somebody, does that put them like on the hit list of, don't ever let them in my...
That's such a great question, Jodine, because it really depends on how they have their workflows and automations set up. Every platform has its own workflows and automations, but
right.
Let's just take a look at, so let's say we have somebody in our registration, our webinar registration. They sign up right here. They sign up and they previously unsubscribed from our email list. But then all of a sudden they see a promotion for our webinar and they're like, oh, I really need to go to that. What you should put inside of any workflow, and we don't have it here, and I'm really glad that you brought it up because we can change that, is we want to be able to remove that unsubscribe tag and disable their DND. So DND stands for do not disturb, right? So there would be two actions that you should add to every purchase workflow, registration workflow, lead magnet workflow, any workflow where you have people coming in to your business. You would want to add, so you want to disable DND. So I would use this here. I'd want to use this action. And I would want to disable DND for email. And then I would change this to disable. That's one thing. And the second thing you want to add is remove contact tag. And if you have like a D&D tag, or if you have anything else that tags them as unsubscribed, maybe you have an unsubscribe tag, you want to remove that, because they are telling you by signing back up that they want back on your email list. And if you don't have those two actions inside of your workflow, they can't get back on. They have to find another way to get a hold of you to let you know, hey, I want back on your email list. And people are not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to get back on, right? So that is the two things, these two actions I encourage you to add to any, like I said, lead magnet, purchase workflow, registration workflow. Add them right at the top so that they can re-engage with your content. So if people don't have these two steps at the beginning of a workflow, then you can't get the email because you unsubscribed, right? You've told the system you don't want to hear from these people. So it is something that the business owner has to take accountability for and has to put into their workflows, but it's definitely doable. Did that answer your question, Jodine?
Yep, that sure did.
Okay.
And it makes sense because, you just have to That's the thing. You just got to do the right things in the beginning so that you get it
Yeah,
set up and then you're not backpedaling.
that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So your homework tonight is really easy. Your homework this morning, wherever you're located. It is literally a screenshot of your email services going here and showing me that you have set your email headers. I just need a screenshot of this. That's it for your homework. You set here to show me that you've got your name and your email set and your email headers, and you will see an increase in your email deliverability. It will help improve it. As long as your records are all set up properly, and if you were onboarded properly, you should be good to go. And then setting those dedicated email headers is going to help as well. So I am going to go over we have some new faces, so I'm going to go over our, let me see, what do I want to show you? Oh yes, this. So we talked about the framework. Now we're going to talk about the contest, our sales process wins contest. So this is inside the Facebook group. You're going to post your homework. So one screenshot of your email headers being set up. And you're going to put the hashtag sales process wins. And that's going to be your entry for this week to get in for the contest. So it's just about setting your email headers. And then I do encourage you to test your webinar workflows, of course, but you can't really take a screenshot of that. So the screenshot I'm looking for is your email headers, okay? And you have 48 hours now from this call to be able to complete that homework. And then we get into the prizes for the contest. Your prizes are, we have 3 prizes. First prize is a hot seat with Peng Joon. Peng Joon is going to sit down with you one-on-one, just the two of you. He's going to go through your offer. He's going to look at your sales funnel. He's going to talk to you about your traffic strategy, just your overall strategy for your offer. And he's going to tell you what he would do if this was his offer. And people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to sit down with him and get his eyes on anything. So this is so worth it for you to spend some time doing the homework, getting your entries into the Facebook group. And then, of course, first place also comes with a ticket to his Internet Mastery Retreat, which is happening in Q1 of 2025.
Have they set the dates for that? Is that like January 5th? Is that?
I don't know what the date is. I don't know if it's been picked.
Okay.
I haven't heard. So, second prize is with the ads genius behind Sales Process. Marcus is the ads genius. You've probably heard his name. If you watch any of Peng Joon's content, he is the ads genius behind everything. He will sit down with you for a one-on-one session. He will look at your ads. He'll look at their performance and their targeting. He'll look at what sort of strategies you're using. And he will talk to you about split testing techniques so that you can wring every single dollar out of your ad spend. I can't think of anyone else I would rather have look at my ads than Marcus. He has been doing this for a long time. He knows exactly what you would need to leverage to get everything you can out of your ads. So it would be time well spent. And again, you also get a ticket to the retreat that's happening at the beginning of 2025. And then third place is a ticket to the retreat. And I just want to encourage anybody who is thinking about going to the retreat or who is really vying for one of these tickets. Live retreats can change the trajectory of your business. It really can. I've been to live retreats where I meet the most amazing people that I never would have met before, who can help me, move faster in my business, grow my business faster than I ever could if I would have stayed home. And so I really want to encourage you, even if you don't win the ticket, attend the retreat, because it's going to change your life. I can guarantee it. All right, so within the next 48 hours, you're going to post your homework in the official Sales Process Facebook group. You are going to include the screenshot of your email headers. You are going to then sit back and relax, and we make the draw at the end of December, which is what? Tomorrow is the end of December. I can't believe that it's already here. So you will have 48 hours to do that. And then here is where you can come and get all of your homework assignments. So we have assignments that we have office hours calls 5 days a week, except over the holidays we had a little break. There was 3 days where we didn't, but we're all back now, full force. So Mondays is Launchpad Mondays. Tuesday is Funnel Forging. That's this call here that you're here with me. Wednesdays is Feature Fiesta. I also host the call on Thursdays, the CRM Connect call, and then we have FAQ Fridays. And at each of these calls, you will get a homework assignment that you can post into the group. I don't know what the prizes are going to be for next month, if January is going to be different, because if the retreat is on the 5th, well, then the prizes will probably be changing. So you'll have to keep your ears open for what the new prizes are, but I will also be talking about them as soon as I hear anything from them. But post your homework in the group. And if you don't know, if you're not part of the group yet, you can easily find the Facebook group inside of your sales process account. Right here, join our community. This is where you can, it'll take you right to the Facebook community there. So you can join your join the Facebook group there. That's where they announce any sort of affiliate offers they're running. That's where you can pretty much get any kind of information that is taking place inside a sales process. And Jodine, you said you had a question about websites. What can I help you with today?
So I have a client, and what happened is he lost his domain name. He had a lady that was kind of in charge of his website, and she died of cancer, and ended up that the renewal went to an email that they lost contact with. So long and short of it is, I've been trying to help him get back on track of everything. And he already has an email or a Gmail. And do we need to set up a domain email, or can he use his Gmail for communication through the website? I've set up a store for him.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get him as automated as we can. Obviously, it's called Buffalo Blanks, and they do it for mounted shooting. So not extremely tech savvy. So I'm just trying to keep it, within his comfort zones. And so I'm just trying to figure out like what's best, because I see so many more coming now from Gmail than, what used to be. And I just wanted to check with you and see what your thoughts were.
So you definitely cannot send marketing emails with a Gmail account. He'll lose his Google account. They'll shut him down.
I thought they were allowing that now. No?
No, not unless, has he purchased it? Has he purchased a Google SMTP?
I'll have to go back and check.
Yeah.
But I don't, either way.
Right. If he's just using a free Gmail account, absolutely do not send bulk messages out through that. He'll lose it. So
okay. But he can receive, like if we use that in for the triggers so that it goes to I'm just trying to make it simple for him because he has that on his phone. So if we have a trigger go to him so that he's aware that there's an order or, conversation going on there, that is okay, right?
As long as he's not sending bulk messages.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if he's sending it to him, then that's okay. Just to him. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then just do so bulk messages when we get into really pushing them hard, then go just through the domain.
Anything over, like if you're sending to more than 15 people, you want to have a SMTP for sure.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Badi, is that how you pronounce your name?
Badri.
Badri, nice to meet you. I'm Tamara. Thank you so much for your question. I am going to show you. I'm going to share my screen. Have you got logged into your sales process account yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay. So over here, inside here, you're going to see there's a new start here. If you click on new start here, you're going to watch a couple of videos by Peng Jun. You can scroll down and watch these. Okay.
Mm.
You can sign up for anything like that sounds like it would be good that you think would be interesting to you. Also, we have a sales process university here, and this is full of video tutorial walkthroughs on anything that you need to do inside of your sales process account. So, what are your plans for your account? What do you plan to build?
Actually, the plan is to to build the funnel as you have shown just now.
Okay.
I mean, from the webinar, and to have the opt-in success message, and to follow up. So basically, we are doing it. I'm doing it with my team manually. I mean, semi-automatic at the moment. So it's not like full-fledged like what I see in your presentation, what I saw in your presentation just now.
Okay.
But I think I have to go back. So now, thank you very much. I will go through those things, because
So
when you showed me, when you showed just now how to set up the email, apparently I'm not sure about the DNS as well, because the system asks for the verification of the domain and things like that. So I'm not a technical guy. I need
you
somebody
need
to.
some help with that for sure. Badri, did you have a onboarding call with someone from sales process yet? Have you attended a call where you come to a Zoom meeting and they help you set up your domain and your email sending and all of that?
Oh no, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Do you have the information to schedule an onboarding call? Did you
The
get
information.
Yeah, did you get an email from sales process on how to set up your onboarding call?
I don't think they're doing it tomorrow because
Um,
somebody on the Q&A
don't think so.
was really struggling and hadn't received anything either. So that's why I was asking.
Okay. Let me check with the team, but here's what I'm going to do. I'll stop. Well, before we go, Badri, I want to show you. So if you go to Sales Process University, the first thing you're going to have to do is enroll. So you'll click on this button here to enroll, and what that does is it will send you a link that you will have to set up a password and then log in to Sales Process University. And inside of the university this is what you're going to find here is inside the library. You'll have this here, and then you can click on Sales Process University and then come over here to this little it's like a magnifying glass for searching, and in here you can type in webinar, right? And then what it will do is it will bring up everything for setting up a webinar funnel. So you can go to that training, and it's all time stamped. You can see how to set it all up, and it will walk you through step by step inside once you get inside there. And of course, you can come to any one of these office hours and ask questions if you get stuck.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
All right.
And then I do want to give you, I'm going to stop sharing and I will give you, I'll put it in the chat on my link. Now, this is my link and I'm on the Northern Hemisphere. So my times might not work out for you, but let me just check. One. Here we go. This here is a call that you and I can jump on together and we can get you onboarded and we will go through and get all of your domains set up. We'll set up all your email. You don't have to do all of that stuff. Okay, so check and see. This might not work for you because I'm in the Northern Hemisphere and my times might not work for you. But if you can't find a time that works, let me know and I will get somebody who is in the Southern Hemisphere to give you an email with a link for their calendar, and they can walk you through. And
Okay, I guess I can do like maybe 4:30 a.m. Is it 1 hour? 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's just about 20 minutes it takes to pull your domain over and everything. So
I think I can take 4:30.
And that's going to be, yeah, you can just book that through my calendar link.
All right.
And then you and I'll jump on and we will get together and we'll go through and pull all your
next Tuesday then.
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want something sooner, I can check with the team and see if we can get you a sooner call. Do you want me to have them reach out to you? You can put your email in the chat there and I can have the team email you.
I think I would take the 12 a.m. before I sleep.
Oh, okay. Because we do have people who offer the times in your time zone, like in a better time zone. It's just I'm located in Canada, so that's why the times might not match up for you very well. But I can find another team member who works in your time zone.
But I'm fine with 12 a.m. I'm okay. I can. I normally sleep around 12:30 anyway.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I would love to see you next Tuesday. That would be great. And Jodine, thanks for letting me know. I'll mention this to the team and see if the onboarding process has changed at all.
Yeah, unless, something's not getting out and communicated to people, but a couple of people have struggled. So that's why I was just wondering if it's something that they've changed on it, but either way. And I never did get my onboarding because I know we scheduled a time, but then it didn't work out for you or something came up. But anyway, maybe one day I'll schedule a time and just kind of run over because I think everything's set up, but it'd be nice to just have you look through and make sure that
for sure.
There's not something that's on there. So cool. And then I hear that you're trying to be our next 51st state of US. What's up with that? I thought of you right away when they said that. I was like, oh, Tamara's going to be our neighbor.
Yeah. Do not even.
I was like, oh, and Mr. Wonderful, of course, is the only one that's spreading the rumors. So.
Yes, Mr. Wonderful. That's right.
But I thought of you.
Yeah, so, I bet you did think of me.
All right. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
I'm so glad to see you here, Jodine. It's been too long. It was good to have you.
Well, hopefully I'll get back in the groove of everything here now after the first of the year. So,
okay.
And on that, for the ticket, that's the same thing. Like they have that virtual too, right? Like
I believe there is a virtual ticket as well.
Okay, yes. Good. Because I can't fly over right now, but eventually I'm flying over.
I know. I would love to do that. I actually spent time with Peng Joon and his wife at the GHL summit. in
Oh,
October. So I got to
cool.
spend some time with him, which was great. It was lovely to see both of them. So
Well, cool. Well,
yeah,
when we fly, we'll have to say, all right, we're leaving and we're taking a plane and heading over.
that's right. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good
Yeah.
night.
Thanks, Jodine. You too. Thanks to everyone for showing up tonight. And remember, we're here to support you. So if you need help, do come to the office hours and ask your questions. We want to keep you moving forward, and good luck in the contest. I want to see some winners in there. So get your homework posted, okay? Everybody have a great evening or morning wherever you are. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.